mine.
Ew.
I'm Fiona.
And I'm Lord Bob Quad. Wait, why was that intro pretty good, actually?
That was a sick one.
That was sick. And you really embody her, even like the look and everything.
I'm all green. I'm all ripping out of my clothes.
Like, what time is it? Sun's about to go down.
Fuck, the sun's down.
If y'all are listening and not watching, we are Lord Farquaad and Shrek.
I was going to say Shrek.
Or what are you?
Fiona.
Oh, wait. I forget they're not both Shreks. They're ogres.
I'm Fiona. They're not both Shreks.
They're ogres.
If you guys have never watched Shrek, then you're living under a rock, because that was one of my favorite movies growing up. It still is. Have you seen it recently?
Not recently. It's been a long time since I've watched it.
I watch it because of the kids. It's so cute. I love it.
And fun fact, actually really sad fact, I wanted to be Lord Farquaad and not Shrek. Because here's the reason why. Because I feel like everybody would have expected me to be Shrek.
Right.
But I wanted to be Lord Farquaad because I feel like he was always a little sassy.
Fuck you.
So I wanted to like really embody
With the bob.
Yes, like why the fuck else would he want to have a B.O.B.?
You know what I just realized? They
What?
eat him.
What?
Remember?
No.
The dragon eats him at the end of the episode or
Oh
the
my
end
God.
of the movie.
No, and I wanted to be the fucking dragon because I used to be my profile picture.
Oh, that's right.
Because everyone would always say I look like the dragon, and it was purple, and I did kind of look like it with like my lashes and stuff.
And then, never mind.
You also have like a prickly back.
You're huge. You're big back.
Bitch. So I wanted to be that, but that was going to be too much fucking special effects.
Yeah.
And
They didn't have like an easy spirit costume.
yeah, so I really wanted to be Mrs. Lord.
You know what though? For them being spirit costumes, they're like pretty cute.
Yeah, they're like pretty, like they actually stepped it up. Like this is pretty legit.
Yeah, like they're still like spirit vibes, but like look at the little texture on the dress.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, oh my God, I look like Fiona.
And this was cool because like mine came with the wig and earth thing. Well, the boots are like the only like negative.
Boots
but-
with the fur.
but other than that, that was pretty sickening. So I wanted to be a Lord Farquaad because isn't Lord Farquaad like trying to get Princess Fiona?
Yeah, so he wants to be a king, or he wants to be like a lord, or a king, and he can't till he marries a princess. So then that's why he goes on a quest to find a princess, and he picks Princess Fiona.
Because it's been
Remember?
years since I watched the movie, so I don't really remember the storyline.
Yeah, he picks Princess Fiona, but then he's like, I'm not gonna go fucking rescue her.
Princess Fiona.
So he sends Shrek.
Is that why her hair's orange? Todos los miados.
Todos los miedos no se bañan. For real, ¿dónde se bañaba? Cochina, she's just in the tower.
swamp.
But when she was in the tower,
In the
puerca.
swamp. That's why she has swamp.
Swamp ass.
For real. For
Wait, I don't know what to
today-
say. We're like, oh.
No, for today's episode, we have a special guest. Drum roll, please. And it is you guys.
Sit your ass down right now.
We wanted to have special guests for this whole month, like we told you guys. But since we can't have every single one of y'all up in here, we asked you guys to send over your spooky stories so that we can react to them.
I love these
I was gonna
episodes.
say I love them. I literally was waiting for this episode because y'all have some really fucking scary
I
ass
know.
tales.
I'm still haunted by the ones from last season.
I know. I still remember some of them, so I'm really excited to see what you guys have to share with us this episode.
Fucking Louie all clean. He's like, fucking
I
damn
know.
it. Fucking Mota.
Fucking Yuli Mooli
Shout out to Mota. If you guys didn't hear last episode, that's Julie's nickname.
Y'all need to go watch it.
But before we get into these really spooky, scary story times, I want to jump into today's fun fact.
Wait, is it spooky or like fun?
Both. It's creepy though. I don't know why I didn't realize this, but okay. This has to do with The Nightmare Before Christmas. And you know I'm like obsessed with that movie, right?
Yeah.
Fuck you. He's all just posing for the camera. He's
I'm
all
doing
serving
everything
love.
Lord Farquaad wanted to do.
The
in the movie.
calzones for me.
a little chilly.
And he just went to the gym, so he has a pump.
And his back. I'm like,
Hunchback.
oh my god, when I did that, the cape ripped off.
Really? Oh, I thought you said you ripped it. Like.
Okay.
Anyway, so it's The Nightmare Before Christmas, and some girl was talking about it on TikTok. So I went to go watch like a full YouTube video explaining this like theory about The Nightmare Before Christmas, and I was obsessed. I was like, oh my God, it makes sense.
Wait, is it the one that I already know?
Which one?
About the other movie?
No. You don't know this one because I just learned this one. So I don't know if you noticed The Nightmare Before Christmas. Maybe I'm just stupid and I never realized it, but everybody in that movie in Halloween Town is dead. Okay, but I that didn't click in my head, right?
Fuck, there's a whole school.
No.
You think they're alive?
I don't know. I didn't really, the concept never really hit me. Like, they're all dead. They're Halloween Town. They're all muertos. But I went into like this rabbit hole to find out how like the most popular characters died.
Does it explain it in the movie, or this is just everyone's conspiracy?
Allegedly. Just from like research and stuff like that, how they allegedly all died.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, so we're going to start with the first one, Jack Skellington.
My fave.
So he is said that he died, he was burned alive. That's how he died. Because you probably don't know because you haven't watched the movie in a long time. But in the beginning of the movie, he is the Pumpkin King and he's wearing the pumpkin hat. And they burn him. He's burning and he's like, and then he goes into the fountain. And then when he comes out, he's a skeleton. So because of that, they say that he was burned alive.
Yeah.
That's like a little glimpse of his life.
I remember that one.
And then the other one is Sally. So the conspiracy, allegedly Sally was cut into pieces. That's how she was killed.
That makes sense.
She was cut into a bunch of little pieces, and then that's how she was sewn back. And Dr. Finkelstein brought her back. And then Dr. Finkelstein, the doctor that brings her back, he supposedly died of poisoning. Like, they poisoned him when he was alive.
That's why he's a scientist.
That's why Sally keeps making him sopas and keeps poisoning him. Even in the afterlife, he's still getting poisoned. But so he died of poisoning. And then the really sad ones are Lock, Shock, and Barrel.
Those are the, wait, who was
Those are the three little minions that work
kids.
for that work for Oogie Boogie. So Lock, supposedly, Lock got locked in he got locked in a chest or something. Okay. And he was left there to die. Shock, the girl, she was shocked to death.
That's all their names.
Yeah, that's why that's their names. And then Barrel was, I think, like left in a barrel and drowned. That's scary, huh? I was like, ugh. And I don't know why I never put like two and two together because I'm like obsessed with this movie. And the last one, Mr. Oogie Boogie Man.
I like him. I feel like he'd be squishy and sandy.
Mr. Oogie Boogie Man died skinned alive.
Why? That doesn't make sense.
Well, he is like a giant potato sack that basically got stitched because remember when you peel him or when he opens at the end of the movie, he just has bugs inside of him.
Yeah.
So hypothetically, the top layer was like his skin, a representation of his skin falling off because he was skinned alive. And on the bottom, he just had a bunch of like animals inside him.
I remember that.
Ew.
Oogie Boogie Bash.
I'm going to Oogie Boogie Bash again tomorrow.
Bye.
Part 2. But this time I'm taking my Kims.
My Kims, bitch.
My Kim Kardashian. My kids.
Talking about movies about Oogie Boogies and bashes, what is your favorite Halloween movie?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Mine is, thanks for asking,
I was about to ask.
Coraline.
When was the last time you watched it?
Every day. I fucking love that movie, you guys. It's just so fascinating. The whole like other mother, her finding the doors. Like when I was little and I would watch this movie, I was looking for a door in my house. For the
Dude, that movie is sickening.
Yeah, like I remember like literally praying, hoping that there was like another door. Like, I don't know, that movie just so cool, and it was actually pretty spooky.
It's creepy as fuck.
Yeah, and also just like seeing like how her life is so like boring before she goes through the door. Like her parents are like, what? And like she goes through and everything seems so like.
Have you got into the rabbit hole of like the conspiracies and things about that movie?
Yeah, that's how I feel like it's made me like it even more.
I think my favorite one, spoiler alert, is that you know how she comes out of the hole?
Yeah.
And she survives?
Yeah.
A big allegedly conspiracy theory is that she never made it out of the hole.
I heard that one.
And she got stuck in the world.
I really hope they make a part 2, or I would literally be so happy and I will literally throw a party if they made a live action.
Dude, live action.
And I feel like there's so many people who are obsessed with that movie that I'm like, please make a live action.
They have to do something for that movie because that movie is so good.
Yeah, like that would be such a good live action movie.
And there's actually a lot of people that don't like it too.
I have heard that.
And I'm like, why? In the middle. It's such a good fucking movie. People like I can rewatch it over and over.
You Coraline hater. Wait, is it Coraline or Caroline? Because I've heard both. I heard a lot of people calling it Caroline.
Coraline. It's Coraline. Oh, yeah. Coraline. Actually, this weekend I'm going to El Capitan Theater. They're having a special Nightmare Before Christmas showing, and it's 4D for the movie. So
wait,
it's gonna
4D?
Be it's with the chairs and they move.
Wow.
So you're like I'm like,
oh, for real? You're gonna get motion sickness.
Yeah, they're just like it's the whole movie, and then I think for going we get like a free little popcorn bucket, or I don't fucking know. It was expensive, but I'm excited to go see it.
Ooh,
yeah. So I've been avoiding watching the movie this entire month because I want to go watch it in the movie theater.
That's sickening.
Yeah, so I think it's time we jump into these scary ass motherfucking stories.
Yeah, I'm scared. You or me first?
You can go first this time.
Fine.
Because I always go first. Okay, here.
I'll read the first Ooga Booga.
So Alex went ahead and looked through them because you guys sent us a bunch. We appreciate it so much. So Alex narrowed it down to, I think, 7 of them.
Ooh, wait, I already... Wait, there's 2. That's like really interesting. One sounds more funny, but I'm gonna go with this first one that I feel like it'll be really spooky.
Lord Farquaad, stop farting.
I can't even fucking press it with my Lord Farquaad. Oh, this is a fucking novel, girl.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I imagine it's all bad.
Nah, it's all boring. We're like, ooh.
Okay. Apparently, I don't know how to read, so let's try. This is funny. It says, "Hello, Yoatzi, Louie, and me." Because I know he's in here.
Know.
I would like to start off by saying I'm a very long time fan of you guys and absolutely love you guys so much. That's all the scary like story.
We're like, they like us. No.
And you guys are the worst podcast. No, it says you guys mean the world to me. Sorry for the very long story. I promise it's good. Love you guys. Take care. My name is Rafael. No,
thank you, Rafa.
Thank you for a long story because I feel like that's when there's a lot of like details and shit.
Yeah.
Do you want to know the title? Nah, huh?
No, because it spills it sometimes.
Okay. This story will... I already can't read.
That's a scary story.
This story was witnessed... All right, so I'll add. This story was witnessed by my abuelita in Mexico. Tamualimpas?
That's the location?
Yeah.
I thought that was abuelita's name.
No, but am I saying that right?
Tamaulipas.
That
one.
Dua Lipas. My abuelita would visit us here. You know, I'm going to take off this fucking Lord Farquaad glove. I can't scroll.
Okay.
My abuelita would visit us here in the U.S. and Chicago every other year, and she would always tell us scary stories in our family reunions. These scary stories were absolutely terrifying. Y según ella, she witnessed them herself. Since you guys have been talking about brujas a lot, and you guys were the Sanderson sisters, I want to tell you the one about a real bruja she saw in her town and how they hunted her down.
Oh, shit. That's a good one. All right.
She was living a normal life in a town in Tamaulipas. I hope I'm saying that right, you guys.
It sounds right.
She started hearing of rumors of weird stuff happening at night. She would hear people talk about a bruja who takes animal form to hunger kids. One night, my grandma was outside for something she was doing in the middle of the night. She hears something behind her. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Ah!
It was an owl. Ooh. She wasn't too worried about it, but she had heard that they could shapeshift, so it was an eerie feeling.
Oh, yeah.
What are they called? Lechuzas?
Lechuzas. A lettuce.
I was going to say. Ooh. Ooh. That's what she wrote? Puta.
No, she did it.
Bitch. And then she say, ooh.
She did right. Ooh. Okay, girl.
As she was minding her own business, trying to hurry up, the coos of the owl got more distorted and deeper and more scrappy sounding. Stop making a joke.
Okay,
it's supposed to be scary.
Okay.
She kept looking up at the trees, but she couldn't locate the bird until something falls from the tree above her. She screams and runs inside her home. She tells us that she wasn't sure. fuck you, because I just picture fucking bruja falling from the tree. Knock on wood. Something bad's gonna happen.
No, that's what I pictured. That's why I made that sound.
Why'd you make that dumbass noise?
Because she fell from the tree.
Until people listening want to get like spooked over here, all like.
Okay.
Until something falls from the tree above her. She screams and runs inside her home. She tells us that she wasn't sure what the thing that fell from the tree was, but it sounded like a small body bumping on the floor.
Yeah, but
It sounded heavy and kind of made a splatter sound.
what is it? It sounded heavy and what?
And it made a splatter sound.
Bitch, all slime.
Literally how you described it. She told her dad, and her dad was immediately fired up, and he was tired of it. Voy a matar a esa pinche bruja, he said. Oh, so everybody was already
Oh my God,
like,
they already knew.
he had been hearing about these kind of things happening, and he wasn't sure if it was a bruja. The next night, him and his friends were with shotguns and horses que para tumbarla. My grandma thought that was impossible. They were all inside one of those horse barn stable things, so they wouldn't be visible to the witch. Only the sounds of crows and owls they heard, but no witch. They all went back to their homes. My grandma's dad going almost insane, shooting at every bird in sight. Crows, owls, anything. Over the next couple of days, my grandma saw his dad get very sick, and the dad kept muttering, "Tengo que matarla." He was obsessed that he needed to hunt that witch down after multiple failed attempts. His sickness came rather random, and there would be lots of crows and owls on the roof cooing and making noises. After maybe a week of her father being sick, he gets up and sees a crow on his porch. It was staring at him and cooing. All my grandma heard was a shot of his shotgun. He screams and calls my grandma outside, and people came to see what all the commotion was. Mira, la maté a la hija de su madre. He would say stuff cursing it out. But all she saw was a bird lying still with its feathers scattered. But then it started to get bigger and starts to convert into an owl. I think they meant to say convert into an owl. Mm-hmm. A deer, a dog, a man, and a woman. She said everyone in town was screaming terrified, and she herself couldn't believe it. Breaks its limbs trying to walk with a head of a deer and the body of a pig. It was like it was glitching. Oh shit, like all the animals that it was like shape-shifting
that's so
into.
Creepy.
My dad would shoot it even more, and the last form it took was of an old naked lady with her neck completely 360, all of her limbs broken, and a very long nose, gray hair. And the huge bullet wounds my dad gave it. After that, she says she doesn't remember much, but that her dad died not too long after that. And that many people in the town were mysteriously dying. She said it might be a curse or who knows. I don't want to make it very long, but that's the story of the witch in Tamaulipas. Love you guys. Take care, Familia Castro.
Oh, that's creepy.
Scary.
Just imagining it like shape-shifting in front of your eyes.
Yeah. Because I was going to say, I totally forgot about that. That so many people say that witches like shapeshift. They're like shapeshifters. So that makes like total sense. And I feel like every time you get stories from like your grandparents or your parents, like it's literally like, why would they want to lie about that shit?
Yeah,
you know?
literally.
But that's really scary. And it actually reminded me of something.
What?
Remember the lechuza in our house?
No.
Bitch.
What house?
Or the last house that we lived in the palm tree.
Yeah, I do.
So I feel like that's a thing, you guys, that like people say, I think it's like lechuzas specifically, that there's like a superstition that they're like brujas.
Oh shit.
And I remember my mom told me like that little superstition. And there was this time where like me and my all friends would all play outside still, and even Andrea. And there was this lechuza that we would always hear at night. They make a specific sound, but I don't remember what it was.
The one that was like in the palm tree, right?
Yeah, that one. And it was so weird, like a fucking owl in Watsonville or lechuza or whatever the fuck it was. And I remember we would always tell my mom, and like they wouldn't see it. And there was one time that my mom finally started seeing it fly into this palm tree that was right next to our house. And I remember in the daytime you would never see it. It was always at night. And this was an all white lechuza. It almost kind of looked like the Harry Potter one.
Yeah, that's what I was imagining, the Harry Potter one.
And I remember we would put like a flash. We would literally grab like a flashlight and
like flash at it.
And you would see his eyes and just like stare right at you. And that's when my mom told us that like supposedly they're like witches. And I would get hella scared. And at some point, you finally did start being able to see it in the daytime. Porque at first, because isn't that like owls usually
they come out at night, right?
Come out at night. So like we expected to see her there in the daytime, but she was never there.
Yeah.
But eventually, like, yeah, we started seeing her in the daytime, and it was like this really pretty lechuza, I want to say that it was. And we would fully just have videos of her like just staring right down at us, or like
just staring. She's like, hi.
Yeah, at first it was really scary, but after I was like, oh, she's cute.
Maybe she was a good witch.
And then we would see her like every time we'd like play outside, and how she would like
she all waves high.
She would swoop really low, like, and then go up into the thing. So I was really scared at first, thinking it was a witch bitch. But, and then, well, I mean, I don't know, but it was a really nice lechuza, and she was really pretty. I'm pretty sure I have hella videos of it on my phone.
Look for him.
Yeah, if I can find it, I'll post it. But, yeah, that was my story of La Lechuza.
La Lechuza. La Lechuga. Okay, are you ready for another one?
Yeah.
I'm just going to go in order because I don't know which one. Bitch.
What?
Oh my God, I'm scared. This one has pictures and shit. Alex.
Are they pictures that we can post on the Pretty Not Smart Pod Instagram?
Let's read. Hey, Louie. Hey, Yoatzi. And hey, me. So I have two stories. The stories don't scare me because I have no doubt in who it could be. But to others, they get spooked out. My boyfriend passed away in 2022 at the age of 16. Oh. 2 days after his funeral was Valentine's Day. So I went to visit him to have a little date. Oh, I'm so sorry. When I got there, I laid down a blanket so we both would use and put on his sweater because it was cold. Then I realized I was hungry. So I spoke to him and said, don't worry, I'll be right back. I'm going to get us food. Oh. As I got up to leave, I blew him a kiss and turned around and kept talking to him out loud. I felt burning on my back and jokingly said, Jose, you better not have scratched me. I said I'd be back. I'm not leaving so soon. The burning was a sensation of a scratch, but I wasn't too sure. So I walked up to the car and told my mom to check. And it was 5 scratch marks, which were bleeding a little. 3 were very noticeable and the other 2 were faint. But there, my mom took a picture of which I will insert here. Oh my God, look. Her rasguños.
I want to see.
What the heck? I want to see.
Oh, yeah,
you can see like the scratches, you guys, like literal nail scratches.
Yeah, like really thin, like.
We will reach out to her and see if we can get her permission to post them. And if she gives us permission, we'll post them so you guys can see them. There's lines from my shirt, bra, and his sweater. I had layers of clothes on along with a blanket around me. This picture I'll insert here was after I had gotten home. Oh, you could see him a lot clearer. Did you see?
Yeah, I saw that one.
Ooh, that's crazy. You could see like the little finger scratches. Before he passed, he would swim constantly, and I was on his back doing a chicken fight, and I fell and scratched his back with my acrylics, and it had looked just like this. Oh, he had jokingly said in the pool, I'm going to get you back one day for that. He laughed, and I laughed, never believing it. I guess you can say he got me back all right. Oh, that was it.
That's cute.
That's cute.
Sorry for your loss too. That's so sad.
But I feel like maybe that was his little way of like joking around with you, but being like, I'm still here with you.
Yeah, because I feel like I've heard of a lot of stories sometimes where like things like that happen. It always has a meaning behind it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, something that only you guys would understand.
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
Something that like it's like a sign that you're like, oh, that's
and the way that she was able to right away remember, like, oh, it was probably this memory.
Yeah.
Oh, he knew that you would remember it right away.
And even how she started at the beginning, saying a lot of people would get scared by this, but like I don't, because I know exactly who it is.
Oh, that's cute. May he rest in peace. And next time you visit him, tell him we said hi.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's 2 that I really want to read.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you a number, and you tell me which one.
Okay.
So that will determine which one I read. So either 1 or 3.
3.
Oh, fuck you. Now this is the one that my eyes kept going back to.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Choose number 3, my lord.
What the fuck? Your fucking crown's falling off.
I know, but you don't know where that's from.
No.
Louie.
What?
Think a little bit.
Dingleberry.
Number 3, my lord. Louie.
Do you know where that's from, man? Sex in the City.
You really have to watch Shrek again. It's when Lord Farquaad is trying to pick a princess, and then the guy with the mask, the robber looking with the black mask. He's like, oh, number 3, my lord.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's like, oh, number 3.
You know who I should have been?
Who?
The bitch from the bar.
With the makeup y
I
todo.
should have been her.
You should have. I'm gonna do an all Shrek Halloween party, and everybody needs to dress up as a
That'd
Shrek
be funny as
character.
fuck, actually.
That would be so funny.
You
for
should.
my baddies with babies. They all have to come as a Shrek character.
All the babies go as like the baby Shrek.
Oh, imagine a bunch of baby Shreks.
All right. Shut up. Okay, so I have a lot. But I'd say the scariest was when I was 15 years old. At night, I would see a figure outside of my door in the hallway.
What the figure? Was it Louie?
It was a thick. Just kidding. I didn't have a door, strict Mexican dad. Each night, the figure would get clear. I don't like this.
Like see-through or más clarito?
Mommy, probably more like she could make it out more.
Okay.
It happened for 3 days, and on the third night, I was able to see the figure, which appeared to be an older woman dressed in white. She stood where I could see her perfectly from the way I was laying in bed. I was terrified, but little did I know it would get worse. On the fourth night, I was afraid to see it, so I faced the other way, and I thought I outsmarted it. In the middle of the night, and of course, a little after 3 a.m., I got sleep paralysis, which was the first time I ever had it.
I hate that shit.
She stood in the same spot smiling, and when I tried to cover my face, I couldn't move. Fuck that. Ew. This reminded me of the story that my mom told you.
Which one? Oh,
The one that you shared.
yes. Oh my God.
Ew, she ran at me, and the next thing I know, I was able to close my eyes, and I screamed so loud, my brother next door and my parents from across the house came running to my room. I held my hand over my face, but I didn't know what happened until my mom looked at me scared and immediately got her phone and started to take pictures. I was so confused until I looked in the mirror and I had 3 scratches across my right cheek.
Otra.
If my mom finds the pics, I'll send them. But I slept with my parents for a while, even after my parents did a limpia on the house. Y el padre came to bendecirlo.
Oh my God.
Sorry it was long, but yeah, if y'all do more of these, I have plenty more.
Bitch.
Oh, hell no, that's scary. I don't like
This is the
that
difference.
one.
We got 2 back-to-back stories of cute little scratches and bad scratches.
Yeah,
That's scary. That was like a demonic thing. You know what I just remembered when I don't know who told me growing up, but supposedly it's bad luck to sleep with like your legs facing the door.
Aye, everything's bad luck.
No,
It's bad if you sleep in front of your
supposedly
mirror.
los muertos te jalan las patas or something like that.
Your
Comment down below. I know you guys have heard about this. Like your bed cannot be facing the door, like out.
What if you have no other option?
Then move.
Bitch, get a whole new house.
Like get another house. That's not the right house for you,
Scary.
babes.
I don't like that one.
That
Wait,
one
no,
was
and the title of that
scary.
one was called Pinche Vieja.
Literally, she called it pinche viejita.
That's what it was.
Pinche viejota. That's fucking scary. Have they ever jalarte las patas?
No,
A mí tampoco.
that's my biggest fear. I
I
hate
know. I the night like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I watched Terrifier. I
Ew,
watched the
fuck
first
that.
one. That movie is so gory, and I didn't think I was gonna get like scared vibes. But for whatever reason, at night I couldn't sleep, and I had a lot of anxiety. And I kept hiding my feet. I kept thinking que me iba a salir el pinche Terrifier, me iba a jalar las patas.
I'm shook that you kind of got like grossed out from that movie because you used to watch all the Saw movies. Those are disgusting.
Oh yeah, I got grossed out, but not grossed out to the point where like I can't watch this. It's just like
Ugh, I couldn't.
because I know it's fake. Can I tell you something? And it's really nasty.
I eat my dog's guts.
Every
What?
time, this happens to me all the time.
Te se antoja la carne. I fucking knew it.
Every
Pendeja
time.
estúpida. Puerca.
I watch gory movies like fucking The Walking Dead, where they're like taking guts apart or like Terrifier and I just see bloody, I crave two things. One, I crave like raw meat and I eat my meat. I'm like, Alex.
Ew.
I like my meat medium rare.
Disgusting.
So I just se me antoja mucho la carne, or I crave popcorn with a shit ton of Valentina.
Ew.
Of all the red.
Fuck that. You're disgusting. Yoatzi literally asks for her meat like alive. She'll be like, make it alive.
Medium rare.
The fucking meat is like moving because the veins are still intact.
No, it's not.
You're disgusting.
And you know how when you're eating it medium rare, there's the red stuff coming out? It's not blood. It's
it resembles it though.
It resembles blood, but it's not blood. It's like these enzymes of the meat and all that.
Blood.
And you know there's people that there's under medium rare is rare, like even more red. And then there's blue. Have you heard of blue?
I think I have, yeah.
Blue is literally like
alive.
They grab it and like 2 seconds on the pan, 2 seconds on the other side, there's your meat. Like that's literally raw.
Disgusting.
I've always wanted to try it.
Ew, no, puerca.
But I don't because I feel like I'm going to get sick.
Mine's well done.
Well done?
If possibly like done.
Why? The done.
Me da asco. I hate like aguada food. I hate that shit that makes it look like it's blood. I hate to see the pink. I hate to see the red. That's why I think I love chicken so much.
I see red.
Red. Oh, red.
This turns into a fucking like singing show.
We're all doing like
we're doing a musical.
X Factor. I'm like
Louie. Did you see that the Joker is a musical?
What?
What?
I hate musicals. I think I've talked about that before.
Okay, you guys. So I was excited for the Joker 2 movie to come out. I was like so fucking excited, especially because Lady Gaga is going to come out. I guess it's getting like the worst reviews. It's like trash.
Shut up.
People are so pissed off about it because it's a fucking musical.
They never like said that though.
Exactly. I guess they did say it, but they did such a good way of hiding that it's a musical. And they said that there's literally no good storyline to the movie. Like it's kind of all over the place. There's no point to it. And it's just a fucking musical.
Allegedly.
No, it is a musical.
No, I know, but I'm saying like people saying that it's like horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like musical, you guys. Like even like the movie right now, Wicked. I was so excited until I found out it's a musical.
That one I will watch though because it has Ariana.
No, I'm definitely gonna watch it, but I was just like, I don't like musicals.
You know which one was a musical and I actually really liked? The Willy Wonka one.
Oh no, I wanted to watch it and then I found out it was a musical. I said,
So I was gonna go watch it and then I found out it was a musical and I was like, fucking fuck. But I was like, you know what? Let's give it a chance. It was so good with Timothée Chalamet. It was so freaking good. But I'm sure Kylie Jenner got the ick.
Fuck you.
She was like, oh. But it was a really good movie. But yeah, I'm so sad about the Joker too.
Yeah, I would never expected that to be a... But I mean, it makes sense because Lady Gaga's in it, but...
They're stupid. They could have done such a good like story for it. So yeah, I don't want to go watch it anymore.
What, man?
I guess 30% of the movie is musical.
What?
And then the rest of the movie is him defending himself in court.
Oh yeah.
The theory is that
Should we just give May a mic?
I don't know, 'cause
I'm not going to
nobody
be
can
able
hear
to
you right now.
translate any of that.
So 30% of the movie is a musical. And then?
it's supposed to be like a...
Sorry, you guys.
Theorizing that it's a rendition of how they...
He's taking forever.
on stage performing for others.
I don't know what the fuck he just said.
So in other words, it's 30% a musical and something about them recreating how they see themselves as musicians.
I don't know.
Like
and
that.
something about defending himself in court.
He made it all long.
He made it so long. And I was like, what?
In other words, is a High School Musical.
No, yeah. Next time, I think you're just going to have to raise your hand, grab a mic, and tell
Yeah,
the
we're going to start
audience.
connecting a little mic to Matt.
Poor
so he
Matt.
can like...
Because no way me and Louie are going to be able to translate that. We're pretty not smart.
He used like a difficult as words too.
He was like, they're going to be rendering the Congulangelo and
he was like the
Conjuring.
the word of the psychological day. I was like, what the? He was all reading the bibliography.
He's like, the Joker is Le Joker. And then also... Poor man. Fucking Louie won't stop eating his hair. This is why Louie doesn't have hair. Well, that's why you don't have long hair.
Wait, have you guys heard of that Mexican remedy?
Oh, yeah.
Where like when you have something in your eye, whether it's like chile or it's like you have an eyelash or something, you're supposed to grab like your hair, like long hair, and you're supposed to go like that, and it actually fucking works.
The amount of times growing up where Louie was like, give me your fucking hair, and I'd be like, nah. He'd just pull my hair and he'd be like,
the other day Alex was fucking making something at my house and it had like a lot of chile, and this dumbass thought it was a good idea to rub his eyes.
He had serrano peppers all over his hands.
So he rubbed the fuck out of his eye. He even took out his contact and put it back in, and then he was like, oh fuck shit. So he starts crying and nobody knew like what to do. So I was like, grab Yoatzi's hair. And he was like, no, for what? And I was like, just grab it, it's gonna help. And he's like barely able to like hold it with his good hand. And he's like doing it. And then he's like, stop fucking working.
That's a strong hand.
And then he spent like 20 minutes trying to wash it off.
And his eye was like so tiny. It was all red and swollen and shit. Ay, man.
Okay, now that we're done capping on May, what's the next story?
We're going to move on. Okay, did you unheart it?
No,
Unstar it?
I just Ed Hardy'd it.
Ed Hardy'd it? Okay, I'm going to go with this one.
It's long, I saw.
Oh, my God. Hey, Louie and Yoatzi. My name is Natalie. I love the podcast and all your videos. You both are amazing and hilarious. Keep doing what you're doing. Thanks, you, Natalie. Okay. Ooh, this one's a long one. All right. In 2018, I had a terrifying experience that changed my perspective about ghosts or evil, scary entities, whatever you want to call it.
No.
His name was Louie Castro.
Bitch. All my YouTube videos scared her.
Bitch. I have had experience with ghosts because the house we lived in was haunted, and so was my grandma's house, but this was different. So, at the time, I was living at my uncle's house when this happened. One day, I was cleaning my room, and I had one of those medium-sized mirrors you find at Walmart or something. Not sponsored, LMAO. But I bumped into it, and it broke. Ooh, 7 years bad luck.
Literally.
I didn't think much of it. I never really believed that breaking mirrors was a sign of bad luck or anything, so I just left it in my room and thought nothing of it. That night, I was also putting away gifts because Christmas had just passed, and my man had gifted me this LED Batman nightlight. He knew I was into Batman and knew I was scared of the dark. So I put this new light up, and it was bright enough that I cast a shadow of my bed around it. So that night, I went to sleep early because I had to be up at 6 a.m. to get ready for work. At 6, my alarm goes off, and I'm still tired, but I reach over and turn my alarm off, and I lay back down and just lay there on my stomach. I knew I was awake, but my eyes were closed. Around that time, my uncle left work, so I heard him close the garage door and leave. After he left, it was just me at the house, and it was quiet for a second. In the living room, we had one of those automatic air fresheners that go off every so often, and I heard the air freshener. Then suddenly I hear the loudest, strangest noise I've ever heard. It sounded like really loud static from a radio. I then think to myself, fuck, like this cannot be happening. So I open my eyes, and mind you, I am facing a wall, and I have the night light facing my bed so I can see the shadow and outline around my bed, but when I open my eyes, I see it. This thing looks exactly the way it sounds. It is hard to explain it, but it literally looks like a staticky shadow, and I see the shadow of it go from the end of my bed to it crawling on top of me. Then it stops right on my back and just holds me down. Bitch. I can feel this thing. It's heavy, just pressing down on me. So obviously I'm freaking out, and I think maybe this is just sleep paralysis. But I realize quickly I can see the thing with my eyes, and I am laying my stomach and not my back. Because when people have episodes of sleep paralysis, they are normally on their backs. So she was awake. I also knew the more scared I am, the longer this is going to last, because I heard in the past that scary things feed off of energy. So I quickly close my eyes, breathe, and try to relax. Once I do that, it all stops and I don't hear or see anything. I then quickly get up off my bed, turn on my light, and stand there like, did that actually happen? Shortly after, I throw both the broken mirror and the night light away in the trash outside. I can't say for sure that all happened because of either of those things, but I didn't want to trust it. I told my uncle and family about what happened that same day because I knew what I saw and it scared the shit out of me. I do believe in that stuff now, and I don't like messing around with scary things because of it. That being said, if you guys ever break a mirror, trust me, throw it away.
Oh shit! So she kept the mirror.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Oh my god.
Because they say how mirrors are also like a pathway.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's right.
And like that's why it's bad to break a mirror, because you're almost like breaking the entrance where like they can come in and out of.
And it was all just the fact that it was something on top of her grosses me out so much.
Those are some of my favorite stories, when it's somebody who was like a non-believer, somebody who was just like whatever about those kind of things, and they turn into a believer based off of an experience that they had. Those are always like my favorite, because the only reason they believe is because something happened to them.
Yeah, I feel like I've just always been a believer, because I grew up hearing so many stories that I'm like, bitch, there's no way in hell that there's no like paranormal activity or other energies or entities like that.
Yeah, I've came across a lot of non-believers.
Yeah. And they're still non-believers.
To each their own. Everyone can believe whatever they want. We don't all are the same. All right.
I have a story that I was a little like, I don't know if I want to share it, but I'm gonna share it. I don't think I've ever told you this.
Wait, but why were you like, is it scary?
A little bit, but like part of me is like, maybe it was just all in my head.
Was I involved?
No. Okay, I'm going to tell you. So this happened like...
man bun.
No, this happened a while ago. This happened like when Travis was like Chiquito vibes. And I had just started using the Airbnb app. And I had came to Disney, and I stayed at a cute little Airbnb, but something like creepy happened to me that we ended up leaving the Airbnb.
You full on just like left.
We left. I can't believe I completely forgot about that. I'm all making it up.
I know, you're all lying.
I don't know why it just like kind of like creeped up on me right now. Something about this story just kind of like reminded me of it. But okay, so we were in the Airbnb. And I don't know if you've ever heard, I think I told you that when I was little, I used to watch this show called A Haunting. And they tell you a lot about how to know when ghosts or demons are around you and like things like that. So I feel like because of that show and just like other things, I've always been really aware. The Airbnb that I was staying at, it looked viejita vibes, but not like super viejita, but it was viejita,
like
outdated, and it gave me like an eerie feeling since I like walked in, but I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, like whatever, I'm here to have a good time, I'm going to Disney, I don't give a fuck. And when it was time to go to bed, I remember there was like a really strong scent, like stench, that started coming out of nowhere, and it almost smelled like rotten, like something was podrido. And I honestly thought that it was like the bathroom, because it kind of gave a whiff of like the bathroom when, you know, old houses have old pipelines y huele luego a veces a baño.
Sí.
So that's what I thought it was. And there was one bathroom in the little house. So I went and I like remember checking it out, and I like let the water run on the sink, and I was like smelling it y no olía nada.
No salía.
And you know how I've been in old houses, when you leave the water running, si es el sink or something, luego sale el olor. So I check the bathroom, I check the sink in the kitchen, I check the shower. Like I'm just like, dude, the smell is like really strong. And as I was laying there going to bed, I suddenly remembered in the show that it said that a lot of times when there's like a demonic presence around, empieza a oler a carne echada a perder. Yeah. Like that's their scent. Like just like rotten meat, and the scent can be very strong. Even in the movie The Conjuring, in the first one with the witch, the people that lived in the house would say that they would always get this like really strong scent. So as soon as I remembered that, I was like, oh my God. And I just remember my whole body got like fucking freezing. And I was like, how come the entire day it never smelled bad? And all of a sudden when it's like nighttime, it starts smelling like really bad. And I was like, fuck, maybe we left like a window open, like what the fuck? So I remember I went outside to like the front to go smell. Y afuera no olía nada. It was literally just inside the house. So I got so fucking spooked. I was like, I don't know if my head's making it up, but you know when you just get so scared, you start getting like anxiety and you start overthinking. I was like, I'm not fucking staying here. I was like, I don't give a fuck. If I paid, I'm leaving. I'm not staying here. So I fucking left.
Oh, that was scary.
Oh, that fucking hurt.
It was mad because you told the story.
Oh, bitch, that hurt.
That shit sounded
a little
heavy.
cut right here. It landed right on the bridge of my nose.
Is it
the
heavy?
fucking crown. Yes. Pinche
Oh,
corona pendeja.
Ow, bitch, this
The
shit's
ghost
heavy.
is all mad for me exposing the story.
Yeah, that was scary.
That was
Fell off
scary.
right when you finished.
Oh, bitch, that hurt. Is there something red on my nose?
No.
I'm all bleeding. I'm like,
There you go, Rudolph.
but yeah, you guys, I fucking booked him.
Here.
Do you think it was me exagerando vibes?
Look, this is what I was going to say.
I'm going to put my...
I feel like I have a really good, is it an intuition?
Yeah.
I feel like mine's really, really good. And I feel like a lot of people can
I feel
relate
like
to this.
mine too.
There's a really big difference. And let me try to explain it to y'all. There's a really big difference between being scared or when you're picking up on
Like a vibe.
very bad energy. There's a huge fucking difference because there's been plenty of places where I've been and for no fucking reason, I just start feeling this really bad energy where I'm just like, oh my gosh,
Like
something
you feel
here's not right.
heavy. You feel...
It feels off. It's either like a certain room or the moment you walk into something or the moment like, it's just like a really bad feeling. It's almost like your body's like sending an alert. Like this is not okay.
Yeah.
That's very different from being scared.
Right.
Because I will put like a perfect example. When I moved into my house, I always get scared when I'm going to move if I'm going to pick up on an energy like that. Mm-hmm. When I moved into my house and I toured the house and everything, I never got a negative energy. Well, knock on wood. I don't want to claim any negative energy. I never picked up on anything negative, anything scary, anything that made me feel like, but when I first moved in, I was really scared. But it's two completely different feelings because when I feel really scared, I remember the first day I was just like kind of very aware. I was like, oh my God, I hope I don't hear anything. Oh my God, I hope like I'm here alone. Like I was scared.
Okay.
But because I was like, making sure nothing was going to happen. But it's very different from times where I've toured a house before. Like the last time I said when I toured that house for my parents, that was really huge and was cheap. None of that came into my head before viewing it that made me be like, oh my God, something's off. No, it's just the moment I went inside, I was like, oh my God, something feels really off.
And like the difference también is like you said, you aren't necessarily scared. You just feel like this weird energy that you're like, what the fuck? Like you feel something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And something's just like, something doesn't feel right. Something doesn't. For example, the Airbnb that we were at this weekend. I never picked up on a negative energy,
Neither
but
did
I was scared.
Me
like,
too.
I remember I was there and I was like,
oh my God, why was I so scared too? I stayed in the room. Oh, we both stayed downstairs. And I was like, fuck, like I kept looking in the corners. I was like, what if I get a little shadow popping up or something?
And because we were like on the downstairs of the house, it was kind of giving like a little attic vibe.
Yeah.
Like we had to go like upstairs to like go to the living room and everything. But like being down there, I was like, okay, it's like the house was pretty old. I was like, this little mirror, the vanity looks a little scary.
Yeah.
Like even like I was scared at first to like let my feet out like the first night or like open the window because I was scared, but I never picked up an energy where I was like, something's wrong here. I was just like, oh, I'm scared.
It's just we were just scared.
Yeah, but
we're all the same.
that's like right now that you're saying like the whole thing that you just like, I don't know, your intuition was probably like, this ain't right. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
It's like scary.
And at the
different.
beginning, I wasn't scared. I was just trying to make reason out of it. And I was like, bitch, why the fuck does it smell? And it smelled like shit. Like it smelled so
It
gross.
was Alex. Just kidding.
And I like toured the whole house and I was like, what the fuck? Me still not being scared.
Sorry.
I became scared till after I started putting two and two together. And I was like, I'm not staying pa que me jalen las patas. I was like, I'm just going to leave now before like it gets worse. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Y sí me persiné y todo y me fui a la verga.
Good.
Yeah. And I
No
think it was the second night I stayed there too. It wasn't even like the first night.
That's scary.
Yeah. So I left and I don't know what it was, but it was in Anaheim.
All right. This one sounds scary and it's really long.
Oh, Louie doesn't know how to read, guys. All Grinch.
All right. Hey, Louie, Yoatzi, Toffee Lunks. I love you guys so much. Love you, girl. Okay. My husband and I have been together for 5 years, and we moved in together pretty fast because I had a daughter. We were about 3 months in, and we moved into his parents' guest house. They live on a ranch, which was built in the 1930s.
Oh, shit.
And there's 2 houses on the property. Prior to us living in the house, he had an uncle who lived in it. And he used to have red lights all throughout the house and say that it was the devil's house, etc.
Bitch.
I didn't know this until about a year after. What the fuck? Like he made it the devil's house?
I guess so.
One night we were sleeping. Hold on.
his hair.
My daughter slept in the room with us on her toddler bed, and it was my husband and myself. At the end of the bed, what the fuck? Why the fuck did I see?
At the end of the bed.
What the fuck did
under the sea.
I don't know why the fuck I just read it like that. At the end of the bed was our closet and our bathroom. I remember, so I thought I was sleeping. I opened my eyes and I looked at the bathroom door ahead of me, and there was a huge black, quote unquote, witch looking figure. She started running at me in chinga.
What is up with all these witch bitches running up to everyone?
I remember seeing it, turning my head, and I am screaming at my husband to wake up. I'm yelling his name. I see him open his eyes, look at me, and then turn around to his other side. Still screaming and screaming, and by this time, this black figure is right in front of my face. I finally screamed one last time. The black figure disappeared. My husband woke up, and he asked me, "What's wrong?" I was hysterically crying and breathing heavy and yelling at him because I was screaming at him, and I told him that I had seen him look at me and ignore me. He was apologizing over and over because he said he never heard me and he never saw me scream. I was so freaked out because I know what I experienced. My husband just told me to pray, and he said it was probably sleep paralysis, so I let it go. After a month goes by, we had LED lights behind our flat screen TV, the strip LED lights that change colors.
Cute.
One night, my husband and I were having a disagreement, and we were arguing back and forth. The LED lights behind the TV started flashing so crazy and red. We didn't notice until our arguing started getting louder, and we noticed the more we argued, the more the lights would flash.
It's all synced with the sound.
We then told each other to hush, and the red lights stayed on. We noticed, and we tried to switch it with the remote. We unplugged the lights, and they were red. We tried to ignore it, and we just got over the argument. We sat down and started watching TV as soon as we calmed down. The lights were back on to the regular colors. We got so freaked out. We just took the whole strip off the TV and threw it away. We started sitting down watching a movie, and we could hear what sounded like footsteps in the kitchen. The kitchen is connected with the living room, by the way. We look over and see nothing. Mind you, we don't have any pets, any dogs, any cats, or anything. My daughter was sleeping at this time as well. We kept hearing it and kept looking over to the kitchen. Continue to watch the movie, and out of nowhere, at the peripheral of our vision, we see a pot that was on the stove literally fly to the middle of the kitchen floor.
Bitch!
The pot was pretty heavy, so there was no way it could have gotten that far without someone hitting it off. There was no earthquakes, no wind, nothing. We picked it up, we prayed, and we went to bed. Another really weird thing we started noticing, we started waking up to my daughter, who was 3 at the time, and we would wake up to her in weird places. Asleep on the kitchen floor, the hallway, sitting up against the wall, sleeping next to her bed. One night, I stayed up to watch her to see how she's getting to all these places. She woke up from her bed and she started saying, "Hold on, I'm coming." I watched her and I called her name to come back to sleep, and she ignored me. It was like she wasn't awake. She began giggling and playing and talking to herself in gibberish. It was like someone woke her up and called her to play with her. Then she got tired. She said, "I'm tired, it's time for Mimi." And she would tell whatever it was to lay right here, and she would tap the floor and lay down and sleep. I picked her up and put her on the bed with us. I'm not too sure what was going on in this house, but we prayed over it. Bless and thank God there hasn't been anything since.
Oh, that's so
scary.
creepy. The poor little girl.
I don't like that one.
I don't like that one either, man. Scary.
What do you think about people who sleepwalk?
The fucking crown. I don't know. I feel like sleepwalking is so fucking weird to me.
Yeah, like it's like something weird to like grasp and understand.
I don't understand it because like
Same.
they're like asleep, but they do like the weirdest fucking shit ever. Like if they were awake.
Or to me, it's more of like how you're asleep and you're able to get up and walk around
and like do
what the
all
fuck?
these things.
Yeah.
That's how have you ever sleepwalked?
Fuck no. At least not that I know of, and I hope if I do, I never know of it. And I never
know.
find out. But that scares the living out of me.
I really, really hate that I experience a lot of sleep paralysis. I'm gonna blame it on my meds probably, because before I like never got sleep paralysis, but ever since I got on my meds, I experienced it more than usual. And I literally just experienced it again maybe like 2 weeks ago. I was napping on my couch. Maybe Mel will remember. Yeah, he remembers. Dude, and this was one of the worst ones. I never see scary things, but it's just what happens to me that like
scares you.
Yes, I just don't like it. I was asleep, but like my body was like dead fucking cement asleep, but my mind was still awake. And I think I told you, I think that's what sleep paralysis is. Like your mind, your body is fully asleep and your mind wakes up before your body does.
Yeah.
So in my head, it was a day that I wanted to start decorating for Halloween. If you guys have noticed, I haven't posted my video because my house isn't ready. But I really wanted to start decorating that day, but I wasn't feeling good. It was like one of those high anxiety days. It's just not a good day. That's why I took a nap. And in my head, I was yelling at Alex to wake me up. I was like, Alex, like, why did you let me go to sleep? Like, Alex. And in my dream or in my sleep paralysis, I kept like trying to open my eyes and my eyes were shut closed. And like, I was trying so hard. Like I could feel my body tense up and me being like, oh, like trying to open my eyes and I fucking couldn't. And I start crying. And I'm like, Alex, like, wake me up, please. Like, get me up, Alex. And I'm like yelling at him, screaming at him. And the scary part about sleep paralysis is that you can see everything that's going on, or so we think. And I swore I saw Alex just like walking in front of me over and over. And I'm just like, dude, why aren't you helping me up?
Yeah.
And me just yelling like con mucha fuerza y muchas ganas. And I was stuck. Like I literally could not wake up. I was stuck for like a good 30 minutes. And then eventually I like got up and my heart was racing so hard. And I just felt like crying when I woke up. And I called Alex and I was like, was I yelling or was I doing anything? And he's like, no. And I was like, why did you let me go to sleep? And I was like, I was stuck. Like I was asking you to help me and you weren't helping me. Like I woke up so scared and like so like mad because I was like stuck in this like this little sleep zone.
Yeah.
I hated it so much. I hate it.
I feel like whenever I'm sleeping with my hombre and I see him like either sounds like he's crying or like a little like just noises. Drowning. No, just like because it's not words, it's just like noises. Like I always try my best to like either wake him up or like move him around or something, just because I'm like, I don't know if he's experiencing like a nightmare or like some sort of sleep paralysis where like he's trying to ask for help.
Yes.
That I was like, I'd rather just be safe. So I always just like wake him up or something.
Yeah. And I felt like I was at least making some sort of like,
yeah.
I remember in my dream, I was trying to make any noise to have Alex like hear me out and help me out. But Alex was just like walking casually because, you know, it was just like all in my head, I guess. Or I don't know. It's fucking scary. I hated it.
I've never heard of like me either like talking in my sleep or like moving or anything like that. But
Nomás te miabas.
I know, I'm like, that's scary.
Just that.
But I feel like all of those are kind of like the same thing and it's really scary.
Yeah.
Like,
I fucking hate that shit.
Yeah. I feel like if I had a partner who would sleepwalk, I'd leave them.
That's so fucking scary.
I don't think I would want to deal with
I'd be like,
them.
I'm not dealing with this.
Like, hi, babe.
Like,
Like,
I think it's time
bye.
for you to leave.
Yeah,
like,
like,
I'm not doing that. Imagine like you're dating someone and on the first night that you spend a night with them, they're all fucking sleepwalking and shit.
Bitch, I'd put their luggage on their hand and they can sleepwalk out.
Sleepwalk out of my
I'd be like,
house, babe. You're
bye.
not staying here.
No, ma'am.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yeah.
What was the last one you read?
But let me see. Mama say, mama kusa.
Mama say, mama say, mama
All right, we have 2 more.
Okay. Okay. All right. This one is called, I'm not saying the name, but it says, hi, my name is Lexley. Ooh, that's cute.
Lexley.
And I actually spelled it wrong. No, it's Lexley. And I just want to say I love you guys so much. I've been watching you guys since I was 6 years old. Oh, how cute. Hey, Lexley. Okay, so this story is about my brother. He's known for always having creepy dreams and also having dreams that he can't move in. Oh, we're just talking
So
about
scary.
that. This took place at my mom's house. I was about 10 and my brother was 21. He was complaining to my mom that he keeps dreaming about a lady dressed in black and she had a pale face. He said he had a dream where he couldn't move. He thought he was awake because to him the dream looked super real. Everything in his dream looked normal and nothing was out of place. We lived in a 2-bedroom apartment and he got his own room. Well, we shared it. So our clothes used to have like a curtain to it, like a door to our closet. It was 2 curtains, and in the middle of the curtain, there was always a little gap where you can see the clothes. Well, when my brother had his paralyzing dream, he said that he saw a tall, pale woman standing there in the closet. He could see her in the gap of the curtain. He said she ran out of the closet and went on the ceiling of the room, and he closed his eyes in fear of seeing her. But curiosity got the best of him, and he opened his eyes to see the pale woman now upside down, hanging from the ceiling in a dog pose on her hands and knees, but her face was showing. Her hair was black and long. Her teeth were yellow and molded. She was smiling at him in a creepy way. Then he said he closed his eyes and woke up. In the morning, he told my mom all about the dream. My mom sees dead people. She could do that since she was little. She also reads cards and does cleanses on people. She went to the local Bella store. She came back with some circle coal looking things. I have no clue what they were called. But she put 2 on a small plate and set them on fire and put the fire out. This was for the coal things.
Confused.
To get smoke out of them.
Oh, like we used to make fires. Cool.
Yeah, I think she went to the store and she bought some of those coal things and then she set them on fire. She got the small plate and went around the whole apartment, and then she got to my brother's room. The smoke became thinner and whiter. My mom got to the closet where the lady was in. Then out of nowhere, the plate broke in half. My mom gasped and picked up the plate and led us to the living room where she put the 2 halves of the plate back together. And on the plate, we saw an outline of a face. You could see the eyes, nose, and mouth. Ew. My mom was scared and started to cleanse the house, and including ourselves. Ever since she did that, my brother hasn't seen the woman or had any bad dreams. I hope you guys like this story, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. Love you guys so much, including Alex and the kids and Milky and Honey.
Oh,
you're so sweet. Yeah.
Thanks for brightening up the end of the story.
That was very, very creepy. Ew, the señora in the closet.
The way she like described it with so much detail, I could feel like I could picture.
Ew, the hair y todo.
Bitch, Alex just pointed at that bitch in the back.
Andale. Guys, I don't want to do any more scary stories.
I was just thinking about that. I'm getting
scared. There's one more.
This one.
Look at Alex. He's all freaking out about this last one.
He's on like this fucking party chair, which is probably hurts his ass, and we have a perfectly round chair out there that he could use, and he wants to use that one.
Oh, hi.
Bitch.
Never mind.
This one is called Meh. Imagine.
Meh.
They're like, there's this guy on Instagram.
I'm not putting that fucking crown back up. On. It fucking got my eye this time.
Okay. This says, hello to my favorite podcast and duo. Hi.
Hi.
I just want to start off by saying I love you guys. I'll try and make it not too long. It's okay.
It's okay. I'm more scared than anything.
Okay, so my story starts when I was little. I was about 4 or 5 years old, and it took place when me and my family were still living in California. We reside in Minnesota now. I was going on a walk with my grandma and her husband. We were passing a street where this older lady was throwing away garbage, and in the garbage was a doll. Leave that doll.
He's like, I want it.
I, as a 4 or 5 year old, was like, what the fuck? Hold on. I, as a 5 or 4 year old, was like, I want that doll. She probably meant like, I was like, I want that doll.
Ah, okay.
And my grandma went up to the lady and asked if we could have it. And the lady looked scared and didn't say anything and threw it and left.
Ah, pinche vieja pendeja. She could have been like, no, it's possessed.
Bitch. I was still crying and asking for the doll, so my grandma's husband decided to go in the dumpster and grab it.
Ah.
When I got home, my mom straight said she didn't like the doll because it gave her a very bad vibe. So in the night, she decided to put it away in the closet. When she woke up in the morning, the doll was with me in bed. She was like, that's weird, but brushed it off. The next night rolls around, and this time she put the doll at the top of the closet on the shelf where you can put like folded clothes. Same thing. The next morning, the doll was with me. So the following night, she decided to put the doll on the top of the shelf and put cobijas over it. And in the morning, she was with me in my bed. So she asked me, like, Mija, why do you keep grabbing the doll if I put it away? And I would just be looking at her all confused. Obviously, my mom didn't ask me about it too much because I was little and she knew there was no way for me to even be able to reach the doll. So that night, she put the doll away and decided to just wait by my door to see if it was me or some explanation as to why this stuff was happening. She literally said she saw a shadow of the doll climbing up to my bed, and she was so shocked because she knew it was some type of brujeria or possession. She turned on the light and called my grandma's husband and told him to come for the doll now. He said he took it far away and burned it. Till this day, I don't remember what the doll looks like, and I'm glad I don't. I always fear that one day it'll just pop into my head as like a faint memory, and I was so scared. Thanks for making Thursday something to look forward to. Oh, thank you.
That's cute.
That's scary.
I feel like I have things like that with I'll give it back with like monillos and stuff like that are in the trash or just disposed of.
Yeah, I always just like, I'm gonna leave them there.
Yeah. So me and Alex and the kids a while ago, we were at the shopping center where there's all the Home Goods and the TJ Maxx, and we saw an Eeyore on a tree.
On a tree.
Like
just chilling.
Like somebody, it was like during rainy season, like last year or 2 years ago, and it was heavily raining, and the Eeyore was stuck in the, like, I feel like it fell and somebody grabbed it and just put it on the tree. And it was all getting wet and everything, and me and Travis were like, oh my gosh, should we save it? So me and Travis saved it. And like part of me was like, maybe I shouldn't be like grabbing this. I don't know if it has any vibes or anything. And it always gave me kind of like an eerie vibe, but I still took it. Man. And then I got home and I washed it like 2-3 times in the washing machine. Lo lavé y quedó bien bonito el pinche Eeyore. I still have it in my house, but I still always get like eerie vibes. I'm like, bitch, I don't know why I got that. Like, I don't know if it has any vibes or like anything like that. But it's just kind of in the corner of my house, just kind of chilling there.
When you show it to me, I'm gonna throw it away.
Maybe we should throw it away.
That's scary.
I always got some like, but something wanted me to take it home, so I took it home. But I'm just like, I don't know if I should have done that. Huh? I know, but hey, you never know, boo.
I always get that feeling. I don't know if anybody else gets that feeling, but there's always this idea in the back of my head, and it scares me that it's there.
What?
I don't know what it is, whether it's something good or bad, but I feel like I've experienced something that I don't fully remember, and it scares me.
What do you mean?
Okay, so the fact that you don't have those feelings makes me even more scared. I don't know. I've always had a feeling. I think maybe because of like a lot of the scary things that we experienced when we were little, or I don't know what, but I feel like there's something negative in my brain that I've like blocked out. But
that's fucking scary. It
scares me because I don't know where that thought keeps coming from. And I have no idea if it was something scary. I have no idea if it was something traumatizing or something, but like it'll just come to me randomly where I'm just like, there's something that I don't remember. And I always feel like it's like in the back of my head. So right now that she said, I'm scared that it's going to pop up because she said she doesn't remember what the doll looks like. And that she's scared that one day she's going to remember. And I feel like there's so many times where I'm just doing my day like normal. And I get like this idea in my head where I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to remember something I don't want to remember.
Ew, Louie, I don't like that. Go back to therapy.
Fuck you.
So you can try and figure out what it is.
Yeah, because it scares me, and I'm just like something that like, and then every time I have like a memory as like a child that like I forgot about and I randomly remember, I'm like, wait, is that what I've been like trying to figure out? But then I'm like, no, like it's just there's something scary is connected.
Something hidden. So I'll open up a little bit about something that happened to me a little bit.
I shat myself.
No, bitch. I blocked it out. I had something pretty like traumatic happen to me when I was chiquita vibes, but I don't want to talk about it because I just don't want to talk about it. But I feel like I went my whole entire life with it like bugging me. I just kind of like lived life, don't really give a fuck. And they say, and I learned when I was going to therapy, that sometimes we live our entire life being like free of our traumas, but when we are older and we hit like our mid-20s, again, probably because our little frontal cortex fully develops, the things from our youth start to come up in our childhood. And that is why a lot of people will start getting depression and anxiety when they're older, because they went their entire life with their childhood traumas not bothering them. And they resurface when we're older, like just out of nowhere. They just want to come back the fuck up and haunt us. And I feel like that happened to me. I feel like just because of what I went through a few years ago, I had like a lot of other trauma shit. And I feel like that triggered all of my youth trauma shit to come back. And so like now it just kind of lingers. And I'm just like, oh, so what if that's like what's kind of maybe going on with you?
Yeah, I don't know.
You might have something hidden.
Because I feel like coincidentally, I've also seen more about it, and it scares me even more. Because I didn't know that was a thing. I thought it was just in my head. Like I was just like, oh, I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to figure out. But then I like recently was like hearing things about people being like, I forgot where the fuck I saw or where I heard it, but somebody be like, I remembered something from when I was little that made so much sense, like, but I had no memory of it. Like something triggered it, and I remembered all these things, and then they're like, and it explained so many other things of why things are the way that they are now and stuff. But I was like,
it's like a survival tactic, a protection tactic that our mind does. It's like, okay, we went through something traumatic as a kid, but we want to be able to grow up okay, so they like hide it in the back of your brain, like somewhere where you won't think about it, but it can only do that for so long. And then when you're older, it just like, it's like, oh hey, remember this?
I'm scared.
That's scary, huh?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it's nothing too scary.
Yeah,
Louie.
I hope it was maybe something fun.
Maybe Louie like ate shit or something. He fell from the stairs.
Yeah, I don't know, but I just wanted to share that because once we read that part, it kind of reminded me of that, and I was like, that's scary. Maybe I was Lord Farquaad.
You were Lord Farquaad in another life. You're like, bitch, that was me.
I did the voice for him.
But I think that's it, right? For our scary stories.
Yeah, thank you guys for sharing your scary stories. And I also want to say that we don't claim any of this negative energy in this room or in this podcast or in this episode or in your comment section.
None of that shit.
Yeah, I want to go home and get some sleep.
I want to go home and eat.
Yeah, and also a little update on the fucking skeleton thing in my house. Ya nunca pasó otra vez.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. It never happened again?
Yeah, it never happened again, but I still get really scared every time now that like I open my curtains and stuff. But I'm really happy that it hasn't happened again.
Pinche cosa pendeja. Maybe it's just waiting for Halloween.
No,
to be like, ooh.
I'm really glad it hasn't happened again, but it scares me at the fact that it hasn't happened again because it proves my point that like, what the fuck was making it turn on?
You're like, you see.
But I'm just really glad it hasn't happened again because I don't know. Like,
well,
I'm glad.
It does, tell us, please.
No, I'm glad it hasn't, but it also freaks me out that it hasn't because proved my point. But yeah, thank you guys for sharing your scary stories. And we hope you guys enjoyed this. And thank you for all the sweet comments about our podcast. It makes us really happy that you guys enjoy our podcast. And we love spooky season.
We do. I think we have like what, 2 more spooky episodes or one? 2 more?
And we're trying so hard, you guys, to get my parents to be on the next episode.
Because they have really good fucking scary stories, you guys.
They're being a little chillones right now. But if we get them up on the next episode, y'all need to give it the biggest thumbs up ever. Because they're being like really skeptical about it. But we're trying to convince them.
So yeah, if we get them on here, you guys better fucking give us 1 million likes.
Bitch, we lose like subscribers.
No, like, fuck you.
But yeah, hopefully we have my parents for the next one because I know they have some really good stories. But aside from my parents' stories, thank you guys for being a guest on this episode.
Yes, and for being so open and sharing with everybody. Thank you guys.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.